So Night Drive's a prog rock song. It's like an epic 9-minute prog rock song. I chose to do it as one of the early ones just because if I couldn't do this, then there was no point doing all the rest. And then it took me about a year, I reckon, to actually figure out who was going to play on the song. And I had in mind that there's an acquaintance of mine called Sanj, lovely guy, guitarist. I thought he'd be really good, so let's get him involved. And luckily he was well up for it. So that was one down.
Back in the studio, mixing Night Drive again. Say hi, Sanj.
Hi, Sanj.
Hey. And say hi, Al.
Hey, hi, Al.
Tremendous.
Al is an absolute legend of a guy who's been phenomenal, not just for this song, but also for the whole project. I've got a lot that I owe him for this. He's just one of those people. An incredibly talented producer, but also guitarist as well. He plays bass. He really helps sort of gel it and pull it all together, really. Very lucky to have him involved. But then I really struggled beyond that. I kind of need a bassist, I need a drummer, and I was talking to my friend Tom, who's from my old band Gun Hill Riffs. He said, I can play bass if you want, just to get things started. I accepted gratefully, and then he also said, yeah, I might know a drummer as well. And again, he put me in touch with this chap called Marcus, who is in a couple of bands, likes his prog. We had a couple of practice sessions. We did one in a sort of practice unit locally. That was kind of cool, although I couldn't play the song live, so I was very much the weakest link there. And then yeah, we went to the studio, and I had no idea at that point how long it was going to take. We'd booked, I think, maybe a couple of days initially, and obviously I was way off on that for a 9-minute song that none of us had ever played live before. So the first day was just done with the drums. That took up the first day, and then I guess we must have visited 10 more times maybe over the next few months. It wasn't always everyone there together, but it was always me and Al at least. And gradually this song sort of started building up, and it wasn't sort of, the first version of it didn't end up as it was at the end. So there were additions, there were embellishments that we sort of added in as we went along, which I think worked quite well for this sort of song because it really built and evolved. A couple of years passed, then the sort of phase 3 of the whole album project started, and I started to actually, I've got some good quality stuff here. I need to make sure that this is going to stack up against everything, and it sort of needed a new drum track and just to really get things moving. So in the end I ended up contacting Craig Blundell, who'd helped me with Simple Times, and he just absolutely bashed out this amazing sort of drum track, and that really completed the song, I think, and it gave it some real energy. So I did feel a bit sorry for Marcus, who, to be fair to him, was a real gent about it and had really, shaped the song as it was. By the end of it, I got together again with Al, and he added a sort of fresh bass line over the top, which really sort of complemented the new drums. And then it was a long process. Probably the only song that took longer was the orchestral one. I think if this one hadn't succeeded, then it would have been very difficult to take that momentum into the rest of the album. Once Night Drive started, the whole thing was a reality, and I used that to push on.